Hey folks, this is Dave Coaster Dude, and I'm back with a story time. This story time is about when my father was remarried to a woman after he divorced my birth mother right before she died, and divorce. If you're new to this channel, please pause this video to take a minute to please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe, and smash that bell. Subscribe bell, and there'll be some future videos going on. Alright, so it all started maybe when I was in 2003. I already graduated from high school, got my diploma and everything. So I thought my father said that he wasn't going to marry. Then I found out that he said, told my mama that he's a big lie. I'm getting married. No, because he didn't even said that. Let's get married, because I was not too happy about it. He just said, I'm not going to mention no names out, but I'm going to call her Mudge. Mudge says, Mudge is going to be part of my life. He didn't say anything about marrying her. He said, no. But I found out it wasn't true. That he was fibbing about it too. So after Thanksgiving, it was right after Thanksgiving, they decided to get married. So I'm glad I did not show up at the wedding. Remarried, because I had nothing to do with them, with these new family, knew nothing. Because I'm lucky that I wasn't there at that wedding, because I would destroy everything. So anyway. And then I didn't show up at the wedding. Then a week later, after they got married, because I had to go to the dentist to get four of my wisdom teeth removed. He wasn't there for that. He was there for it to be with that woman, then with me at that time. Because I was 18 years old. And then my mama was crippled. My mama was sick. She had cancer. And all. So, anyway, I didn't show up at the wedding because, I know I would not get along with my stepmother, stepbrother, and her stepdaughters as well. So what happened here is I took care of my mother till the end, right? Because in January and February, I wasn't too happy about while my father was married, without giving my approval. Because you don't do that. You're supposed to give your son approval. Like, it's okay, I'm married now. He just do it anyway right behind my back. Man, because did you ever feel that way before? Like, if your folks, gonna remarry and didn't tell you about it and just do anything right behind your back without your approval? If you do, just leave a comment down below. Alright, if this happens to you, because this definitely happens to me. And they were together for like 7 years until, about 7.5 years together. And also, now I see now, and then I had to deal with this too, right after my mother died. Then I had to live over there as well. It's just too much, because I don't get along with her siblings. We're gonna call her Sandra. Her daughter Sandra. And then she got 2 kids. We're gonna call her Banshee, the 10-year-old, and she was 10 at the time, and Finicky she was 7 at the time. So they all were scared of me and stuff at that time. Problem child. So every time this finicky one, she said, hi. When I tell her hi, she took off running as well. She took off running as well, away from me, because I was over there from September 2004 all the way till December. 2004. Then I decided to move back into my home that my mother gave to me. Alright, because, man, I still didn't want no interest of them. Until one day, because one day, this is back in 2004, when my father told me about they having a family gathering over on Easter back in 2004. So I just didn't attend, didn't show up because I couldn't drive at the time. I told him that no, and he tried to force me to go over there. I would say no. Look, I'm 19, going to turn 19 because 18 because I'm legal. Legal because you can't force your stuff because if I had kids, if they don't want to go to that, I'll tell them that's okay. But mine's gonna be different. All right. Yeah, because I want to do what I want to do at that time. So anyway, like I was saying, he wanted to go over to want me to go over to their house. Spend Easter with her. Man, I said no way because I'm about to be 19. So I feel like I was thought about doing at first. I was 19. I should have thought about going to out of state colleges. Far away. Go away for 4 years. No interest because I had no interest with that family. I really don't. Because if I was about to come over there because I was about to it's gonna be bust like hell over there. Where I was about to go, destroying stuff. So I just didn't attend. And then my father got upset about that. But who so what? Because I can make my own decisions, I was 19 years old at the time. Before I was turned 19 at the time. Alright? So anyway, this is what happens. Now, there's a story here that, my father, wants me to, help him move to go to move into a house, and stuff. But he got upset about that one because I want to hang out with my friend of mine because he was just graduating from high school. This is in 2004. Because that's after I graduated, because I graduated in 2003. And as well, we're gonna call him because Adam and I, we're just gonna call him Adam, because which is my friend's name. Invite me to go to his graduation party, because it was the same day on the moving day. Because I already did have plans before he knew about it, so he was still upset about it. That moving in Canada. Sorry about that. Sorry for the inconvenience. All right. So I just went over to my friend's house, for a graduation party, and all. So that was that. And then until I think a week later, when my father was trying to call me because I was running some errands, for my mother, and then because I was walking to the store, coming home. And do some household stuff at the time until when my father called. My father calls me and says, "Hey, Pete, how you doing? Do you want to go? We're having a family get together over at Toot's house. We're gonna call my cousin Toot, and we're gonna call her Aunt Julia, cousin Julia." And all on his father's side of people said, "Would you want to come?" And I told him no. And he told me, "Why not?" I told him, but first of all, because I told his fib here, I told him that I was sick with a very bad stomach bug because I ate something bad and I threw it right back up. And you know how you feel like you have a stomach bug, for like 24-hour bug and all. So anyway, he said, "It's all right. Yeah. Sure. Blah, blah, yada, yada." I'm gonna say you can go. I told him that was okay. I told him that I wasn't feeling too good. Alright, because which that part was not true as well. So until the next day, he called me again, telling me that because Barbara and which is my cousin's name is Barbara, Toot, and them saying that where you been? I told you. I told him I was sick. Yeah, because I was 19 years old. Because I can make my own decisions. All right. Because I can make my own. Because I don't need permission to make my own decisions. because that park is my prerogative. And yeah, that's why I was taking care of my mother, because my mother was in the hospice at the time, right before she passed. 6 months later. It was 2 months later that she passed at that time. So, as well as that. And also, they were married, they were married, together. I couldn't get along with my stepmother and all that stuff, yada yada. Until I remember my mama told me right before she passed away, she told me that, baby, I want you to get along with your father, okay? You need to get along with him. Well, I did, but I just can't get along with his new wife. Because I was not approved. I was not approved of it. So I had to deal with this after I went, out of town, down to Arkansas to bury my mother. Funeral service and then the burial down there. And then come back home up here. And then I had to deal with all this stuff. With these people here. With Mudge and Sandra. Banshee, Finicky, and also she had a son because her son was in jail for God knows what he did, because I did not get along with him at all, because I was like 19. He got out until I was like before I turned 21 and all. So anyway, I had to deal with this, until, because I was living on my own at that time. It was in 2009. For a few months until I decided they want to move over here. Over her. Because they don't have nowhere to go. Yeah, because my father got sick. And my stepmother got sick. So anyway, I said, oh man. Because I could not get along with the son. Because we're going to call my son Cheesy Feet. Marge's, my ex-stepbrother, Cheesy Feet. So, Cheesy Feet, when I was at work, right? And then I came home, right? But what he do is, I saw my computer was on in my bedroom. The light was on because I had that computer turned off and had that bedroom door closed. It was like open and can on. He said, all right, that Cheesy Feet was over at my house on that computer. After I told my father, that bedroom is for him is extremely off limits, and that is a restricted area for him. Only someone that allowed in my room is my father, because he knows around his house. Yeah, but him, my ex-stepbrother, and all, I could not get along with him. So you know what I do? Every time he comes over, I stay in my room, play on my computer, talk on the phone, and do a lot of cleaning and stuff. All right, and I wait till he leaves, before I do anything else. And all, because I don't see eye-to-eye contact with him. I don't speak to him, or I do not. I just go, because he go his way, I go my way. All right. So I hadn't been talked to him the whole. I think it was right after. It was the whole 2010 that I do not talk to him or see him for a year, because we don't get along. I don't get along with him at all. So I stays gone. Like, I go out, work, do some errands stuff, go in the store, go and hang out at the mall until he's gone. Because I do not want to start no drama, or start no violence like on Jerry Springer. Because I keep this stuff to myself as well. So, anyway, my folks was married from 2003 all the way to 2011 when they started breaking up and stuff. When my ex-stepmother was arguing at my father, and because she don't treat him right. Mudge do not treat him right. Didn't even go to the hospital when my father was in the hospital, because he had to have surgery on his neck and on his lower back, because he was like paralyzed up at that time. But he could walk though. But at the time, because he was living at the time, but now I lost him last year, due to septics. So this is in 2011, right? Decided that my ex-stepmother was arguing and stuff, and Mudge decided to want to run away from from him, leave out of his house, and walk down the street. And I had to follow her because she don't know nothing about this side of the neighborhood, because people get mugged, robbed, or get shot over here at that time. But she didn't walk that far. She walked to the police, talked to the police, and then drive back into the house. And this police told me that, did you put your hands, did you see him put his hands on? I said, no, didn't leave no mark on motherfucker would never hurt him. Like, no, never did. So that's what, when I talked to a police officer, I said, my father would never put no hands on nobody, never. At that time, it was like, around 2011 in March. So she decided that she moved everything out and just left. And then she was in the hospital, and then she never even came back to the house until she came, get some of her stuff to pack in the car, and then she returned the keys and everything. And then my father decided to divorce her, because she is not right. Because I could not get along, because I've been always staying in my room. I stay in one place when her son is over, or I stay out, like out somewhere, not coming home until he left. Then I can come back in. Son, cheesy feet. At that time. So yeah, a cheesy feet. If you watch my video, because let you know that cheesy feet, you're a loser as well. So anyway, my father decided to divorce a stepmother, which his divorce was finalized in September of 2011, and he decides to move into another state to live in with his high school sweethearts, but which her name, I'm gonna call Ruby, bless her heart. She takes care of my father. She help him with medical needs until the end, bless her heart. I drove him down there, and then I flew back up here because I had a job up here, because you can't find no jobs up down in the country, small cities, but up here you can find, there's plenty of jobs and stuff. So, what I do is I came back home, I had my house back, thank God, as well. I had my house back and everything. Everything was good as gold. Leave from a nursing home job to a medical field, like I'm doing right now. And everything was going to work out just fine. Alright? So, I'm going to wrap this up, alright, for today. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and smash that bell. I will see you in the next one. Bye.